Welcome back. Joining us on the show from Ardeo Spa Salon, we have Corinne Sarink sitting next to me, and across the way, the lovely Tasha Hunt. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you.
Everybody have a good weekend?
Oh, the sun was shining, so it's all good.
It is so. It is so.
Beautiful.
We're talking today about microblading, but the umbrella term is micropigmentation, and this is something that you guys do at Ardeo, Corinne.
Actually, Tasha is our micropigmentation artist, and being in this industry for a lot of years, won't give it away today.
Just a few years. Just
87.
I was wondering if you're actually going to say.
She's not 87, for clarification. She started in 87.
So the biggest thing, that what hasn't changed in all those years is that we have women and men coming in that either have too much hair and need to deal with that in the spa industry, or their hair is falling out, and we need to deal with that issue. So, you know, it's so wonderful to live in these times where technology is changing and information, and so from going from, you know, electrolysis to now laser, women back in the day, when they had no eyebrows, or from, you know, different situations, they only could tattoo, and just that level of not looking natural and soft.
A little bit harsh.
It's really grown and changed, and so we're thrilled to have Tasha doing that amazing service that helps men and women for all sorts of reasons. Because I know it seems like not a big deal, but if you remove your eyebrows, there's something face-changing about that.
There's something life-changing
And I
about
know
that,
it's
right?
such a first world problem. It is, you know, we're joking about that, but it really, you know, when you do have a sickness or health issue and these problems come up, it's just really, it's just one thing to kind of make you feel a little bit better. And it's almost, we're so used to seeing that, it's odd not to have them, right?
Okay.
So, but it affects a lot of women in a lot of ways. So Tasha's been doing a phenomenal amount, and just the results, I mean, women cry. It's just, what she does is, it's a little thing, but it's almost everything to a lot of people.
Oh, I believe that.
Yeah.
Tasha, tell us a little bit about what microblading is.
So basically, well, I'll kind of go over the difference between an old ink tattooed eyebrow versus microblading. Is basically the softness and the level of density that it actually has. So the old ink is, a lot of people remember like an old tattoo as like a thick, blocky, very dark, very bold, unnatural looking. So the microblading is actually used with an iron oxide, which is a natural mineral in your body, so it's very safe for your body. And it's a natural hair stroke that's deposited just into the dermal layer of the skin, and it mimics a tiny hair stroke. So it's to just enhance the hairs that have been missing, or to make them look a little bit denser.
Is microblading something you can do with like absolutely no eyebrow, or is it something that you add on to, or both?
You could do both. Yeah, so somebody that completely, like, say for example, a man that has gone through chemotherapy or has alopecia or has completely no eyebrow, you still have your brow bone, shape, structure under your face. So you basically like go in and redesign, you know, according to your face structure and shape, redesign on the eyebrow, and go in and recreate a very natural, soft, believable looking shape and eyebrow.
Or scarring, like people have scars, you know, unfortunately, and they may have a great eyebrow, but they have this like gash line. So it definitely softens that, and it's quite amazing what it does to fill in. So
we have some pictures that we thought we would show, and Tasha, maybe you can tell us a little bit about what we're looking at.
So this is a pretty common case of just a sparse eyebrow, or over tweezing or over waxing over the years. And so you can actually see the enhancement right away. This is immediately after as well. So the tattoo actually looks a little bit darker and a little bit bolder as it would in 5 weeks healed. It's going to fade by about 20 to 30% once it's been completely healed. And then again, so this one's a really good example because she's very, very sparse at the beginning, almost no hairs at all. But you can still see the structure of the brow on the top left, right? Like you can see her brow structure there. And the middle one is after 5 weeks, completely healed. And you can see the importance of having to get a touch-up, and that's something that we can kind of talk about as well. Because there's a lot of like areas on the tail sometimes that can heal or flake off during the healing process.
Right.
So it's critical that I see my guests get back after the 5-week mark, just to
Okay.
ensure that the procedure is healed properly, and if we need to go in and do any touch-ups on particular areas, see the difference on the after touch-up at the very bottom, how it
Yes.
just crispens up everything and just enhances and makes everything just look perfect.
Okay, so the commitment is you go in once, the bulk of the work is done, you wait 5 weeks, you come back, and then you have any details ironed out that need to be.
Yeah, like the fine-tuning and the touch-up. And
Is it a painful process?
well, no. I say no because I do actually have
Yes.
ink tattoos all over my body. So, and I think that the overall outcome is always worth going through the process. But I always get my guests to come in 30 minutes prior. We do a 30-minute topical cream on the skin. Then we remove that, draw on the design, and then as we go through the procedure, I use a pre-numbing or post-numbing gel in between as well during each session. So we'll sort of alternate. You go on to one numbing cream, alternate numbing cream, and we sort of work back and
Right.
forth. Yeah.
It's doable. I mean, there's many procedures that we just have to be big girls about, right?
If
That's
you've
how it
ever had a
goes.
bikini wax, girls, that's about it.
That's what we're talking about.
That's what we're talking about.
Well, this has been great. We have
Yeah.
about a minute, I believe. Is there anything else that you guys want to talk about?
Well, basically, this is probably in the spa industry one of the hugest trending services out there right now. So you really want to make sure on where you're going, who's doing it, certification. There's a lot of pop-up shops that kind of come and go, and today's, this is the latest thing that's happening in our industry. And but do your research. It's
Yeah.
very important that
And making sure that, not to sort of
Certification
interrupt,
levels.
but for me,
Yeah.
I'm super passionate about doing your research and making sure that your specialist is certified and qualified, and that the environment that you're going into, people make sure that they are clean and
Sterilization,
sterile,
yeah.
and everything is disposable.
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
everything that I use is completely disposable.
Yeah.
If it's not, it's put into my autoclave that's heated up to a super high temperature, and just to make sure that, of course, we all want you guys to come into Ardeo, but for those of you that are looking elsewhere, just to make sure that the environment is just top-notch and clean.
Yeah. Because this service has been out for about a year or so, there's been some press about cleanliness in the news
Sure.
and all those things. So that's why, just be very aware of that in your environments, and that
Okay.
all of that is taken care of. So,
Ladies,
Yeah.
thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you.
pleasure. Thank you.
Microblading, the latest and greatest in taking care of those eyebrows. Tasha Hunt is fully certified and qualified. You can find her at Ardeo Spa Salon. Information's on the screen along with the phone number 374-8881. We're back in 2 minutes. Stay with us.